In the year 2215 AD, I left the New Angeles asteroid and traveled into outer space for the first time, eager for my first glimpse of the planet Earth. It had been 100 years since the departure of our race, and Earth was now off limits to most people. I was one of the few reporters ever given clearance to return. As a schoolboy, I'd seen pictures of the Earth as it once had been, blue and white, pure as a raindrop suspended in space. Now it was a dying planet, without rain, without water, encircled by a poisonous ring of dust and debris. But I wanted to see it firsthand, so I sold my editor on an idea, a story about the men who mine the only valuable commodity left on Earth, scrap metal. Speculators calling themselves dwellers had returned to Earth, and in a series of bloody battles called the Casino Wars, had defeated the indigenous people they called drivers. Victorious dwellers forced drivers to scavenge the ruined cities for scrap and melt it down to meet critical metal shortages on the New Angeles asteroid. I had been on a scrap convoy, watching drivers salvage metal in the radioactive ruins of old Los Angeles. Now we were headed back to Carbon, the major scrap depot and smelting town on a high western mesa. I was recording my on-camera commentary on the digital imager, and compared to the poisonous destruction of the Earth's lowland cities, the high-salt desert is a welcome relief to the men who run the convoy. Underpaid working men who've spent the last 15 years. A short distance from the town of Carbon, I was training the digital imager on a rocky hill when I saw a mysterious ruin.
What's that up there?
It was named Yursuachu, although I didn't know it then. The drivers kept silent when I asked them about it. But in the days ahead, I was to learn the secret of that mysterious place. And when I did, I was unprepared for what happened next.
IO explores to Carbon ground control. Space freighter and designated vector 8787. Requesting permission.
At the same time our convoy approached Carbon, a space freighter from the New Angeles asteroid was preparing to land. I was ready to escape Earth's poisonous atmosphere, but something was about to happen to delay my departure.
Approaching debris ring at 130 degrees. 8 ships positive. Rad reading 117.
Correct. Landing aspect 858, 2020.
Now the manifest says 100 tons molded on the get bag. If that's iron, we're gonna
New deal, Gabe. Got a priority directive from Intersolar Judiciary. You're going back topside tonight. Lift off.
Whoa. That doesn't sound right. What's going on?
You're preventing a lynching.
Lynching?
Kid from the driver's side of town. Accused rapist. Local sheriff doesn't think he can protect him. He's only got 2 deputies, and there's a mob feeling down here. So you boys are going back topside tonight, or the kid's slag.
Hey, Harv. 4th time this week.
Mr. Sheriff.
Solar transformer's down, Pokey.
How about a drink then?
Give him some water.
Better trash that cup, Don.
Cautious, Mr. Deputy.
Cups, toilet seats, women. Same difference.
What's the point of staying around? If they come, they come, that's all.
If they come, I'll talk to them.
How long you figure they're gonna listen to you?
If I'm in good voice, maybe 4 minutes.
And then all we're doing is adding 4 minutes to this Pokey Jack rapist life.
Hey, Don, you want to leave this to intersolar judiciary?
That's Jerry Paul's wife, what I did.
I'm stepping aside. I ain't dying to protect no pokey heart.
Yeah, you ain't alone.
What about you, Mr. Sheriff? You gonna step aside too?
Well, I had it in my mind to go to glory protecting my prisoner.
Sheriff's a brave man. Bravest man in your Suachu.
Name of the town you're in is Carbon, Pokey. Your Sawachu is dead.
Gonna be a long night. Hey, keep on top, huh? Back in 10.
10 drinks.
Got damage, all right. Debris ring put some pretty good dents in her.
What do you make of this lynching stuff?
Hey, Jerry Paul owns this town. I wouldn't put anything past him.
What's the UV red alert?
Level 7-8 till 1700.
We can start refueling you at 1800.
No good, JJ. We got a 2-day contamination turnaround.
Local laws got underway, but
Not on. The corridor's closed.
2 straight days of ice tugs. All vectors are blocked.
damn, it gets stuck here.
Guy guilty?
Not even an issue. We're talking vigilante stuff here.
Slagged.
You gotta get this note to Sheriff Denton right away. You can find him down at Wavy's bar or sleeping it off in a cell.
We look like messenger boys to you?
Do it for me, Gabe. Jerry Paul gets hold of this before the sheriff does. We all got blood on our hands.
As the scrap convoy arrived in Carbon, the men were eager to get home to their families. Weeks on the road working in the polluted lowlands had taken their toll. But first they had to face the boss, Jerry Paul. He'd given me permission to travel with the scrap crew, and I knew he was not one to worry about the welfare of his workers.
Hey, you guys take the scenic route or what? 2 days late, the freighter's in. Tooth, you can't lead these men, I'll get someone in who can. I'm fine.
Fine, Jerry.
Let it go, Chief.
Scary. You know, those men, they have no radioactive shielding.
Yeah, but you did.
Yeah, I did.
All right, listen up, you wacky pokies. Bonus cup all around. Gets us
Pokey.
to the push about 1400
Poker chips.
hours. Everybody sabe?
Oh, I get it. Casino Wars.
Next time on time, Tooth. Half a cup per man. Another half when you finish unloading.
Everyone in Carbon was angry or afraid, and I could see that Jerry Paul was at the center of it. I wasn't sure how far I could go, but since no one in Carbon knew how the digital imager worked, I could figure it out as I got it all down. All right, check. Let's get this. The digital imager has 2 cameras, a feature which was to come in very handy in the days ahead.
Carbon is scrap, brought in from the lowland
All
cities.
right, happy hour's over. Pig! Round up the dwellers and get them to the catwalks in an hour. I'm gonna make my move.
So, what kind of guy is Jerry Paul?
You newstel guys got know everything, don't you?
That's right.
Just don't go to sleep, Hannaford. You may miss the best part.
Got you back in 34 again. Trey wanted me to give you a full gallon. To clean up?
I'm fine. I'm looking for a Harvey Denton.
Over here.
How many will there be in your party, Mr. Denton?
Not having a party.
Harvey Denton?
Usually.
Got a message from ground control.
Freighter's grounded for 2 days.
That's bad news. Jerry's not gonna wait for 2 days.
He'll wait.
Let him bring his mob on. I'm protecting the kid.
Harvey, you don't have any backup. At least none you can count on.
Intersolar wants the kid tried on New Angeles. Kid's going to New Angeles.
The way I see it, we dispense with the trial and save a lot of export credits.
The way you see it is why you're pouring booze, Bert.
And why you're drinking it.
Harvey, you've got to talk to Maya. Tommy Tallbear never did anything.
Look, Ree, I can't just go talk to Jerry Paul's wife. If she's got something to say to me, she knows where to find me.
So does everyone else. Ever see that as a problem?
Ree, I can't get Tommy out tonight.
When Tooth finds out, he's gonna go crazy.
I'll talk to him. I'm the only hope Tommy's got.
What are those tattoos for?
They're the Bear Clan, the guys that man the scrap trucks.
What do you say we buy him a drink?
Not in there, we don't.
You gotta be kidding me. You mean to tell me we can drink in there, but they can't?
Ignorance has keen eyes, brother man.
You think he knows?
I don't think so.
Talk to Maya, Harvey.
Trouble was in the air as Tooth and the drivers headed for home. The dust from their trucks rose up like storm clouds around them. But there was no rain for the town of Carbon. Jerry Paul was about to force a showdown, and Sheriff Harvey Denton was the loneliest man in town. As Tooth and his men entered Tenement, their shantytown high above Carbon, only a few drivers came out to welcome them back. Tooth's wife was there to give him the bad news. His brother, Tommy Tallbear, was in prison, and Jerry Paul was stirring up a mob.
We give order, and they give trouble. We supply them with everything they need. Food, water, wages. And I don't understand what I get back. Me, I'd be grateful. I'd be beholden. That's just me, I'm a giver. I asked you here today to help me get justice. But not because it's me, not because it's my wife, not because we're looking for trouble, not because we dwellers like violence. No. Because it's right. What do you say, Bert?
I say it's right!
It's right! You hear that, dwellers? It's right!
That's right.
So what does that make us? Well, come on! Right! Right! Right!
Right! So what are we gonna do, Jerry?
You know what we gotta do.
Hey, Harv, there's Tooth!
Come from my brother, Sheriff.
He's my prisoner. I guess I can protect him. I'm gonna have him on that freighter in 46 hours flat, give or take a tick. He's going to trial up top.
Yeah. Justice on the New Angeles asteroid.
Number 3.
I'm all right, Ike. I'm okay.
Jerry's got some long rope. Keep your feet on the ground, Tommy. Good, Tommy.
Good, Toot. Gonna have to ask you to leave now. I got no more time for lip flap. Now, I told you I'd protect him, and that's what I'm gonna do. Swear it.
Get him out of here.
Hey, Harv! Come on out! We want to powwow with
What do you say, Harvey? We done all we could.
I say, you get back to that door.
We done all we could.
Donnie, stay on the door.
What about me, Mr. Sheriff? Can we stay put too?
You just pray, Tommy.
When the time comes.
I want to talk to you. We all want to talk to
No, I like it a lot better when I'm doing the talking and you're just sitting on your lame ass. Jerry, you go on home and take your friends with you. Only thing you're gonna get here is trouble, you hear me?
Harvey, what are you doing?
I'll open this door when the nearest jackass is 50 feet from it.
Move back. They're backing off.
I said 50 feet. Pig.
Fine, huh? Nice day?
Fine, Jerry. Kind of chilly, isn't it? A little bit like Christmas.
No. Not chilly, warm. Like the 4th of July. Good day for a man to die.
Speak your business.
We want the pokey.
You got him. He'll be on that freighter day after tomorrow for trial in New Angeles.
No, you got him. And we got a trial waiting right here, right now.
Not another step, Jerry.
You got 1 minute, Harvey. And then we're going in.
First one through that door better leave a note for his mother.
Better spend that minute writing one to your own.
That's the way you want it, Jerry.
1 minute, Harvey. Am I right?
Right, Jerry.
1 minute, Harv.
How about it, Harv?
That's right, Harv. You can take my 6,000 credits and buy yourself a tombstone.
Jerry, it's me, Don. Billy and me don't want any part of this. We're on your side.
Everybody on my side standing out here, Don.
Harvey, get a grip.
Link there will shoot you extra.
You're crazy, Harvey.
10 seconds, Harv.
Sure. I'll be all right.
Jerry.
Now this copper tone wronged me. But it could have been any one of you. Could have been your wife, Howie. Or your daughters, Pete. Or any one of your own.
Maya.
Now, this time you came together for me. Next time, I'll be there for you.
Maya, don't do this.
Okay, Howie, bring her on down.
Maya, let's go.
Hoist him up, Howie. Fun's over. Go on home. Go on!
Didn't blink, did you, Hannafy?
It was a close call, but Pig didn't see I was shooting him with my second camera.
They'd have censored it anyway.
What's the matter, Wavy? You got no stomach for law and order?
Refresh my memory, will you, Jerry? Why did we hang him? Why?
You tried to rob my store and you tried to rape my wife.
Well, we were so busy having fun that not once, Jerry.
What?
Not once did we get a chance to hear his side of the story. And that reminds me of something. I just can't remember what.
Sheriff Denton? Come for a tall bear family.
That's all they had. Anything else, Uma?
Is there?
There were 50 armed men out there. I did everything I could.
So he's dead.
He died like he had a corner on all the courage in the cosmos.
Stay you tained. Down with what's a caspi. Atlati heel kid. Hoa.
A man with courage in cold spring water lasts only an hour.
You also know Navajo.
I can order whiskey in 5 languages. Nine months, no rain. 500 loads of poisoned scrap from dead cities. 12 months a year of sandstorm and dying sun. I'd say that adds up to a lynch mob.
For a 17-year-old boy.
It's done. I'm alive. My 2 deputies are alive, and maybe 8 or 10 men in that mob are still alive. It's a fine legal point, Zuma, but I'd say it's about 15 lives.
I also know what it's like to feel useless.
Hey, Bert, shut it down. That's our story up there.
This is Richard Hampton reporting. In devastating landscapes such as these, I observed drivers salvaging metal and loading it aboard trucks for shipment back to the smelting mills of carbon. Heroic efforts considered for little pay. Otherwise, on Earth devastated by environmental collapse.
Hey, Jerry, where's Harv? You should be seeing this.
And these are family men struggling to make ends meet.
Been looking for you, Harv. Wouldn't be a party without you, me, and Wavy being there.
No thanks, Jerry.
I know you. I knew you back then. Now who's gonna understand if it isn't me? Huh? You come on now. Come on. Join the boys.
Drink hardy, Jerry.
No other way. Look up there, Harv. The whole solar conglomerate's gonna know what kind of town we got here. What should we drink to, Harvey? Hey, look. Here's the man who's gonna tell the whole galaxy about us. Let's drink to the day's work.
You will have a drink with us, won't you, Mr. Hannafy?
Why not?
I didn't catch that. Did you say you drink with us?
Water.
We don't serve water.
Give it to him, Wavy. He's our guest of honor. We already put the toast up. It's to the day's work.
I won't drink to that.
He won't drink to that. I guess you reporter types don't like to take sides, huh?
I try to line up on the right side.
Is that a fact?
But, right side, wrong side, upside down side. You are doing a story about me, aren't you?
Well, I have to. You run the mill.
Yeah, I'm the,
I don't know what you call it.
A ringleader?
Yeah. Yeah, people were at war and we put them to work. Still do. See, now we got peace. You know, a lot of people forget that the Casino War started off as a tribal war. Then about 25 years after the departure, we come down from up top. We powwowed with the drivers. Mine scrap. Ringleading. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I do.
You know it was his wife, this Tommy Tallbear, who took out after him.
Yeah, I know that.
Knocked her around pretty good. Name's Maya. Maya Paul.
Why are you telling me all this?
Because you're gonna get it all down. Everything we did, the whole thing.
Not the story I agreed to do.
Take this down, Mr. Hannafy. New Angeles needs iron. I ship iron. And as long as I ship on time, guaranteed weights under 100 millisieverts, nobody in the Van Allen belt can touch me. Count on it.
And then the sun itself becomes the enemy.
Nice work.
Midday, temperatures of 130 degrees are common, and in that kind of heat, all work must stop. Towards the end of our stay, we worked only at night, stumbling our way through the tangled wreckage with only the light of burning.
297 days without rain. Be sure and mention that. Is Kenny sick?
We thought he was asleep, but he wasn't. He was looking out the window down the mall. He shouldn't have seen something like that.
Get out your DI, Mr. Hannafy. I want the whole world to see this.
No child should ever know the terror little Kenny went through. And never again. That I guarantee. Not as long as we got people like Howie. Howie Anchors, come on up here. This is Howie Anchors. He runs the crane over at my smelter. Ran that pokey rapist straight up to the top.
Did you, Mr. Anchors? Did you run that crane?
Yeah. I did it.
Why don't you go home? Go on back to your frozen asteroid and let this place die in peace. You have it easy. You make pictures out of our sorrow and call it news.
All right, Sheriff Dunn.
Yeah. That's what I am. I'm the sheriff.
If he'd have gone to trial, what would have been the charges?
Robbery? Maybe attempted rape.
What would have been the maximum penalty for something like that? Assuming that they found him guilty.
What do you mean, assuming?
Go ahead, Sheriff. What would have been the most he would have gotten?
5 to 10 years, maybe. Hard labor on a prison satellite.
5 to 10 years.
Just think of what we saved the ISJ.
Why'd you want me to mention the drought, Sheriff?
No reason.
You must have had a reason. I want the whole story.
You got the whole story.
No, I don't think so.
Look, it's real simple. See, we get to stay here and scavenge the earth for the only thing left of any real value, scrap metal. Now, the drivers do the dirty work, and they hate us for it. And we hate them right back. And on top of all of that, it just won't rain. Now, don't you think that might put a town in a mood? Huh?
How do you know he was guilty, Sheriff?
I don't have
How do
anything
you
more
know?
to say.
I think you do. I think you got a lot more to say.
I don't get paid to talk. I get 14,000 Angelino credits a month, plus an allowance for ammunition. Now, you wouldn't expect depth from that kind of man, would you? Excuse me.
I heard you were studying to be a lawyer.
Well, that digital imager is some database, doesn't it?
Yeah. That was almost 20 years ago. Just back from law school up top.
Off. Time to wind it up.
We were in the middle of a drought then, it's just like now.
You've had a lot to drink, Harv.
Victim's name was Geronimo Blackcloud. How did your swatch?
Once forgot, twice a lie, Harv. And I told you, the night's over. Some people might think I'm reckless letting you stick around like this. But you and I, we know better, don't we, Mr. Scifi? People eat this stuff up, don't they?
I hope people like this story. I really do. What happened at your Suachu, Sheriff?
Peace on earth, Mr. Scifi. Goodwill to men.
You know I don't like it when you've been drinking.
You saw what happened.
You had to choose.
No choice. Just fear. Hey. Don't you worry, ma'am. Sheriff Harvey Denton's on duty here to protect you.
Go home, Harvey. Go home.
It gives us 45 minutes standby time. Let's go. They find out we're in here after curfew, I'm dead.
You want to stop Jerry Paul, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Chuck, here's the stuff. You won't be hearing from me for a while. Everything's pointing to this place Yersuachu. I'm going out there.
Wouldn't push your luck, Hannafy. My God, how did you do that? You're not going to use this stuff.
You bet I am.
Remember what he did to Tommy.
What's he gonna do if I don't? Hater. Yersuachu Bear Cult Religious Center Mausoleum. Okay. It's a holy spot. It was once a town, but then it just fell off the map. Just vanished. And nobody wants to talk about it. What's everyone trying to hide? Sheriff, it's me. Here, give me your hand. I want to hear the story, Sheriff.
Why?
I think it could make a difference.
To whom?
Inner Solar's got upwards of 2 billion people right now.
Maybe 37 of them remember us down here.
All right? Then tell it to me. I want to know.
It had its own peculiar little refinements. I'll say that. 3 young dweller men dressed up in skins, wearing bear masks, came up here. 17 years ago, when another drought was at its peak. People were crazy mad then. And insane as it sounds, they joined in a bear dance. Mr. Hannafy, that is a sacred, I mean, sacred driver ceremony to bring rain. You could hear it all across the valley, drums pounding in unison like all the pile drivers in hell. Well, the three interlopers were found out. And they'd have been torn to pieces, and that's a fact. But Black Cloud, who was head shaman, stepped in and he stopped it. As it was, the drivers stripped them, hurt them, and sent them out naked in the dark. So these three young men, boys, really, they smarted for a day and they drank for another. And then they came back up here, Mr. Hanafi, and they found Black Cloud alone. He was praying, I imagine. And they shoved the old man in a gunny sack. And they tied that gunny sack to the back of a pickup. And they drove that pickup up and down the square for maybe 3 hours. Now, for the first hour, his screams just echoed around the valley. And when they opened that sack and took the old man, what was left of him, they hung it up and lit it on fire. It's December, Mr. Hanafi. That's Christmas time in an older world. I guess you might say they decorated the tree with the remains of Geronimo Black Cloud.
And then what? Then the Carbon City Fathers decided to come on up here and finish the job. So they brought up jackhammers, explosives, and did this. And they mined all the access roads. And so here you have it. Here's Suachu. Holiest of all the driver sites.
Peace on Earth.
Wavy. Wavy!
Hey, Wavy!
Would you hold it down? We just got Kinney to sleep.
Okay, I'm sorry.
How come everybody went home, huh? Hey, Wave. About a drink for me and my little buddy.
Have a drink.
Here you go, buddy. Atta boy. Yeah.
Hung that fella high, didn't we, Wave? How about that soul in that guy telling our story up there on the news tell, huh? How about that, huh? Huh? Yeah!
Jerry, I'm not afraid to tell you that what you did was wrong.
The horse says the zebra has no stripes. I haven't forgotten, Wavy. Neither is Harv. Be seeing you. Pig! Time to go.
Hey, Zuma. You get back to Tenement, you tell your people I'm gonna have a big sale tomorrow. Water. Half off. You send them round.
How do you feel about that, Ike? I'm talking to you, Ike. You can talk if you want to. Isn't that right?
No one wants to talk to you, Mr. Paul.
Oh, but Ike does. Don't you, Ike? I'm waiting.
Ike! Ike!
Give him big tip. Crazy thing, I fell asleep over at Wavy's, just got up. Where's the crew?
They didn't come in.
Well, where the hell are they?
What did you expect?
All right. You fill in today. You got any powdered eggs? Hey.
I saw what you did.
I didn't see you there.
I won't forgive you.
What's the matter? It's a little early in the morning for you? I am your husband, Maya.
We're gonna have a big sale. Big water sale before all the excitement wears off. We're gonna put some of them chrome tail lights we got over at the Eastern Scrap Run, put them in the window.
I'm going away.
Ah. That again.
So where are you gonna get the money? Space freighter to New Angeles, that's 20,000 credits.
Not going there.
Where are you going?
The desert.
You're made of ice, aren't you?
I used to think I could light a fire under here.
Melt that ice. My little desert doll. Made out of China. I'll take care of you, Maya. I'll never hurt you.
my chance to show corporate how I do it.
I'll tell them the truth.
Well, why not? He'll ask you questions and you just give the answer.
The real truth.
I'll show you well. You were in bed.
I was sitting in the shop.
No. Now what happened?
This boy.
This driver, what did he do?
Jerry, please.
What did he do? What did he do?
He hit me.
And before that, what did he...
Fine, Mr. Hannafy.
You got a minute, Mr. Paul?
Got a lot of minutes. Sit down, get comfortable.
I'm all right, thanks. So I hear you're having a water sale.
People are thirsty.
Mrs. Paul, could I ask you a few questions?
Ask away. Hey. Maya doesn't mind. Do you, Maya?
Want to make a statement about what happened last night?
Maya? Our guest is interested in what you have to say. She's pretty upset. He banged her around pretty good. It doesn't all show.
That's a big ring you wear. Mind holding it up?
Imitation. Glass.
That's big. You could do a lot of damage with that.
What you don't understand, Mr. Hannafy, is that by the time people see your solo cast, I'm going to be about as real to them as a bad guy in a Western. People have seen it all, and they just don't care.
That's why you wouldn't let me film the lynching? Thanks.
What's the matter? You can't open your mouth? Oh, now you're gonna cry?
I only cry for Tommy.
I don't want to hear about him anymore.
Get him lunch and you just expect me to forget about him?
You think I want it known that you were fooling around with his kind? That Jerry Paul's wife is a slut?
Then lynch me. I'm the one who wanted him over. I'm the one who asked him over. You can make me lie. You can hurt me so bad that I lie, but you can't change the truth with a lie. And the truth is you made me help you kill him.
Get out of here!
Shit!
Godzilla. Tooth? Come to offer my condolences. Your brother was a brave man. I brought you this.
Not much to show for 17 years, Mr. Sheriff.
You showed me something.
And what was that?
Something I can't show you right now.
What are you? Some kind of jackrabbit, Mr. Denton? That you jump from side to side? Whose side were you on yesterday when the lynch mob came to get my brother?
Tooth, I don't come here as sheriff, only as a man. I want you to give us time.
Time? How much time?
Jerry Paul lasts as long as Inner Solar's metal shortage, then he's finished. Save your lives for a fight you can win. Please.
We don't want to live.
How's she looking, Hoff?
Gala. Yeah. Maya?
Good, Harvey.
Packed quite a wallop for a slender lad, didn't he?
Hey, Hoff. Why don't you go over to Wavy's, have a couple of drinks on me?
I had enough today.
You look like somebody died.
Somebody did die. Where you been? I'm starting to look like my old man. See? Remember him? My old man. He ran this town like nobody in it could think for themselves.
Yeah, he was tough.
You know, I grew up pretending to be a scrap worker. I didn't want anybody to think I was trying to be better than them. I just wanted to be recognized. But I gave up on that 17 years ago, just after my dad died. And then all of a sudden, you were running things. How'd that happen, Jerry?
You weren't tough enough.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot. New rules then. 1 cup of water per day per man, per woman, and child. Remember the driver riots that caused? Vigilante justice made some quick work of that. Got things back in line pretty damn quick. And then Jerry Paul, in his power and in glory, made me sheriff. Me, the law school dropout.
Town drunk.
Incidentally, the town drunk. And then there is the case of Jerry Paul, who wears his pride like perfume. Something to hide the odor.
Harvey.
How do we compensate? I drink. But when something happens, put a scratch in your pride. Say your wife falls for a driver. You compensate by getting him killed by a mob.
Slag it for 5, will you guys?
Sure. Let's go.
You told them?
She didn't have to. It was on her face.
still is.
How many others?
Now that's the worry now, isn't it? That's what I mean by recognition. We want it so much, and then sometimes we just can't avoid it.
Harvey, I lied. I helped kill him, didn't I?
And now, I want this to be our little secret. And I want it so deep inside you that you couldn't cut it out. You understand? I hate you. How could you love one of them? How could you?
Maya. You know Hanafi. He wants to do your story.
He knows it.
Yeah, but he wants to hear it from you. This could save you, Maya.
I'm leaving.
Where would you go?
The jet stream is changing. Sulfur storms are gonna be on the way. Maya, I need your story.
I don't know where I come from. But he found me out there. And he protected me. He was all I had 10 years ago. And I tried to love him. But he was different then.
I got the story, Chuck, but Jerry Paul is not a fool. You get this cut, you get this on. This is my only protection down here.
Come back safe, Brooks. Where you been?
Does it matter?
I gotta get on the uplink.
Risky during the day.
Yeah, can't be helped. I got Maya Paul on the DI. She told me everything.
Oh boy.
Open up, Jenkins! Jenkins, open the door! Open up, Jenkins! Give me the disc.
I can't stop the transmission now.
That's okay, Jenkins. There are no charges against this man. Tell it to Jerry. No. You tell him I'm still sheriff in this town.
Then how come all your deputies work for me? I want him here when I get back.
Hey, kid. How about some candy? How about it, kid? It's free. Come on, little pokey. What, do you think I'm kidding?
Here you go.
Slippery little... Go on, get out of here! I want your kind in my store anyway. It's like it was. It's as if nothing had happened. Don't you feel anything for me at all? A little softness. Huh?
That's for the candy. The candy's outside in the dirt. If you want to sell it again.
How come you people are never satisfied with your own?
We are.
Hey, Copper Tone. Hey!
Anybody ever tell you what you are? Did anybody ever tell you you were scum? See what I called you? I called you scum, little pokey. That's by way of an explanation. I'll tell you why you can't go into Wavy's and get a cold beer. Now, isn't that a pity? They're just some kind of wild animal, and you can't have a drink where the human beings go.
Tooth.
Listen to your bag of bones, Red Man. He's all you got. You may as well listen to him.
Jerry, let's back off this a little bit.
Tooth? Where you going? You going somewhere?
I have a deep thirst. I think I'm going into the bar for a cold beer.
Over my dead body.
It's quite a thirst. So a dead body won't disturb me.
I'll do this.
So this is where the human beings go.
Tooth. I'm glad you're here. I'm just...
Crane operator. I want to buy you a drink.
I already got one.
Time to go, Tooth.
Now, last time I asked you, I was on belly and you spit in my face. This time I'm telling you. We've had enough here.
Leave him be, Harvey.
Go home.
It's a private quarrel. So let them pick their own weapons.
Jerry's weapon is a mob. That makes it not so private.
If I bother you, Mr. Ball, walk away.
Oh, I don't have to walk away. But you do. Or you go down hard.
Oh, but for your wife, we don't go down so hard, do we?
How long is it since last time I saw you sitting there?
Things are about to change.
You still have a choice, Harvey.
Ree, from the bottom of my heart, I wish I didn't.
You remember how you used to tell me what a game this was? We grew up thinking that rules were etched in stone, but it was just something somebody made up one time.
Doesn't matter.
Well, if it doesn't matter, why don't we just leave? Point north and never look back.
Wouldn't work. Because when we get wherever it is we're going, might not be there.
Yeah, but we'd be there.
You know, I hear there's no more rain north of Denver.
There's no more rain here. And Ike and Tooth, they're already dead.
And so am I.
Come in here. Alien. They take our water and they dirty our soil.
2.5 hours. Hasn't run down yet.
This miserable sand. I ask you now to follow me. But you may never be forced to follow them.
Jerry's coming for you, Tooth. You ever use one of these?
No.
No time to start now.
Another gesture?
Tooth, anybody gets by me.
Where's the rest of your mob, Jerry? Maybe they got to thinking for themselves.
You want a minute? Take a minute.
Always give me a minute, aren't you, Jerry? What's the rush? Death is a long time. This man led you to murder the other day. That's what it was. Don't let the same thing happen now.
They need a lesson, Harvey.
What's left to teach them, Howie? They already know how to die. Tommy Tallbear taught us all a lesson there.
Minute's up, Harv.
Stop! Stop! Not again! Ever! I mean it!
You shut up and you go back to the store!
I love Tommy Tallbear. I loved him. And Jerry wanted him dead for that. Tommy Tallbear did nothing. He did nothing but love me.
Jerry! We can still walk away from this.
Stay out of it, Harv!
Take a look at yourself. You're gonna kill the only one ever meant anything to you.
You like this better?
I'm your real enemy. I'm the only one really knows you, Jerry.
Goodbye, old friend.
I remember Christmas Eve 17 years ago. 3 young men wore bearskins. I was one of them. Along with my friend, Jerry Paul. And Wavy Flag. When you think after all these years that I could finally forget.
So in the end, there was no story here. At least none you haven't heard 1,000 times. Carbon got rain tonight, for the first time in 10 months. But it came too late. The town had already turned to dust. It took a look at itself, and it crumbled. A man of one color was hanged. 2 men of another color died within 5 minutes of each other. Only because humans have this perverse way of not knowing how to live side by side. We might hope that a lesson could be learned. But all of the lessons have been taught. And still we go on, much as we have in the past. Now, at the outer edges of the solar system, we continue to imagine a future where we might love each other. This may be as close as we can come.